let's get started. Let me know if my microphone is in a good place here. I've been fooling around with the outbound so that it clips less. Something I haven't been paying a lot of attention to, and somehow it got reset at some point, and it was clipping. But I think that's resolved. We are back with Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, game number 66, in what will again be the world record streak once this is won. We are also doing a caster tutorial, wrapping it all up in the same game. And here we are. So, last time we picked up 2 runes. Decaying rune. For some reason I just said decaying rune. Developing a stutter over here. Decaying rune of Zot, serpentine rune of Zot. So we did swamp and we did snake, which were the 2 lair branches we've got. Now we've got what I think of as one of the more interesting decision points of the game, and this is true of a caster or a non-caster. You got to decide where you're going to go. You're going to go to elf, you're going to go to slime. Sometimes you haven't finished dungeon by this point, rarely. So maybe you would do that. We've finished dungeon. Are we going to go into vaults, maybe? With my magic resistance where it's at, I am pretty happy about that. Technically, we could have RC+, but we'd have to give up a point of our magic resist to do it, which we don't want. We want to have magic resist and cold if we're going to go into slime because of the oh god, I don't even know what they're called. Is it orb? Is it, no, it's eye. It's like the Eye of Confusion or something. I can't remember the names of these things. Golden Eye, there we go. Yeah, because of these dudes, they have confusion gaze. So if I were to press W and dash to remove my falchion, then I do !/M to search, and then Golden Eye, we would see that there's a 1% chance for them to confusion gazes, which doesn't seem like much, but you know what? We don't take chances. Golden Eye, yeah. Oh wait, no, I was thinking of. You said James Bond. I was thinking of Golden Wind from from JoJo. Fair enough. Anyway, so there's that, and then there's the Azure Jelly. Those are the 2 big enemies that you're like truly afraid of in slime. This guy just does a ton of cold damage, so you want to have a good amount of magic resistance, and you want to ideally have RC+. You can get away with not having them, but not everything is a JoJo reference. Fair enough. I mean, could we go do slime right now and win? Probably. But do I want to? No. No, I don't think I'm going to take that risk. So the question becomes, are we going to go into elf? And, the truth is, I want a little more in the way of HP before I go to elf. If I'm thinking about it, honestly, like, if I go to if I do !/M, and this is something that's especially true for casters, because you rarely have a ton of HP on a caster. Let's search for Elf Annihilator. Yeah, this guy can do 98 plus 102 damage max with this crystal spear. I mean, that's per turn. Something to keep in mind. I would kind of almost like to have the kite shield of reflection up. Not because I care about reflection, we actually already have it, but because I want more SH to block those things if possible. So on and so forth. We could think about memorizing something else, by the way. The hell is Anguish? That's Pain Mirror, okay. Oh, right, Arcor, I had forgotten to mention that. That's again, not necessary, but boy, you sure want it. I mean, technically you could go through slime with no resistances at all, you just wouldn't want to. I would say our core, RC, and enough magic resistance, or what they're calling willpower now, to not be susceptible to the confuse from the golden eyes. Jungle Man says, I made an account, but if you stop playing to rant, I will delete it. I haven't been drawn into a political rant yet, so just, you know, cross your fingers and hope it doesn't happen. It could. I'm looking over some of these new spells. This is meant to be a caster tutorial, but the truth is it's been a while since I've played, so there are a few new things here. Fortunately, they seem to all be in schools that we have not trained. Overwhelms an enemy with malignant energies, irresistibly weakening their melee attacks. My god, this is a level 7 spell. And disrupting their magic. What does that actually mean? Is that the anti-magic effect? I guess it might be. It will additionally daze and blind any foe that fails to resist the full force of the curse. My instinct is that this spell is dog shit for level 7. Is it? Is it great? How often does it actually daze and blind? Is that just... Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. It does it every time if... Okay, so it's a magic resistance check for the daze and blind portion. It's not one for the weakening melee and the anti-magic. Okay, I could see that being useful actually against orbs of fire. And certain other enemies. The anti-magic effect makes enemies fail to cast spells sometimes, so I mean that's kind of like the old school way of applying that was to well, you could still just use an anti-magic weapon, or there was a thing called a sack of spiders that you could use to pull out ghost moths at high spell power. But yeah, no, that does sound really useful against orbs and liches and things like that. I could see it being useful in certain places and extended as well. But yeah, I mean, if it's unfortunate that the dazing and blinding is subject to an MR check, but I suppose that's another way to get some stabs in, maybe. I'm not so sure about the level 7. That's a very high spell level. Hexes as well. I mean, we're probably not going to be using that this game. Not on this character. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh wow, I didn't realize we found Cause Fear. That could very well be worth it. I kind of want Cause Fear. I kind of want Summon Forest. These are things that were... You know, we could get online really fast. It's kind of hard to say no to Cause Fear, to be honest with you. It's like having infinite fear scrolls, which is handy if you screw something up and don't want to use a ton of resources to fix it. Let's just take hexes to 5. It'll take like no time at all to do it. And again, I'm going to be lazy and just train all this crap at once, because why not? All right, how many blink scrolls do we have? We have 4. I'm gonna pop up into vaults. We're just gonna go here, and maybe we'll do vault. Maybe we'll do like vaults 1 through 4. Yeah, I mean, that's true, Cataclysm. You can do it in advance. Personally, I use it more as a panic button, but I mean, yeah, you can do that if needs be. All right, sorry, it's been a couple days. What were we doing on this character? Okay, yeah, we're a blaster basically. Training hexes is a problem. Okay, we shouted a little bit. We'll wait for these dudes to come to us. Okay, so in the vaults, Ironbound Preservers will injury bond, which means that they redirect HP damage from them to the caster, so from his allies to the Preserver. Then he can also heal his allies, so he keeps things alive. Vault Sentinel can mark you. We have pretty high MR, so it's unlikely for that to work on us, but it could. Warning Cries, basically, he just shouts real fast. I'm going to do that thing I showed you guys last time, where if I want to, I can kind of like, oh no, my fireball can't hit him. Just kidding, we'll go here, and then we can just press dot to make it land right there. fireball these guys. Oh, right. Bolt of Fire doesn't exist anymore. However, we've got Starburst here. I just did a magic dart on that Boggart. You know, he has decent evasion, but Battlesphere and the magic dart don't care about that, so... Why don't I use delayed fireball? Wouldn't it be nice if that still existed? Okay, we petrified him, and then we killed him with the dagger. Oh, hello. Interesting that he was still around. Okay, we'll just pull this fella up. You know what else doesn't care about evasion? Fireball. Fireball remains useful for a long time. Let's go up. Temporary summons cannot follow you up the stairs. Yep, you can fireball out of line of sight. We're trying to I mean, so this is where things can get a little bit hairy, because we're trying to secure this this staircase, but as you can see, it's not working great for us. But I have lots of defenses, so you know what? It's not that bad. We have 31 AC, which is, for those of you who haven't played a lot of this game, or maybe haven't played too many casters, that is a lot of AC for a caster. And that's pretty much mostly on account of, like, if I press Shift-A, I can see that my AC is being increased by 14 on account of being a gargoyle, so something to keep in mind. And it could be a lot higher, actually. Like, we're wearing a robe right now, which I'd like to get out of at some point. Okay, so I'm waiting for that contamination to go away. Irradiate's a great spell, but it stands a chance of irradiating me every time. By the way, or excuse me, of contaminating me every time. It increases. Well, no, there's no chance. It does do it, guaranteed. Vault Warden, keep in mind he can use seal doors, which locks the doors around you. It also locks staircases. We saw him. He can't lock it while you're already in motion, so as soon as he revealed himself, I went up to restore my hit points and magic. And now if he tries to lock the door, he can try. Well, he can try. Alright, I used Irradiate twice. My contamination has become kind of a darker gray, so we don't want to fool with that. We'll just Starburst him. Oh no, I'm aware. Unless it got nerfed again. I know that it no longer does like a... It used to be guaranteed to do a decent damage, and now it's not guaranteed anymore. It's still a perfectly good spell. It's not as good as it used to be. That's true. If you're on the door, you're gonna have an issue. Okay, so as you can see, Petrify's still pulling its weight. You just kind of have to, you know, when you have, if you're doing any kind of stabbing, you just have to keep in mind that, you know, certain things are going to have magic resistance and certain things aren't. It contams you harder. You know, Cataclysm, I had noticed that because I have this vague memory of being able to cast it 3 times, not 2. So that is a pretty... Oh my fucking god! Oh, what a sick ring! I mean, it's a shame that it's a shame that I already have our elect, but wow! Wow, okay. Alright, well, we'll drop the R-Core ring. That's covered. I mean, that's a ticket into slime if we want it to be. It's a shame that we get our intelligence nerfed from it, but... Man, if only that R-Elect was MR+. I'm being a bit of a choosy beggar here. But, yeah, that is 4 resistances on it. stealth and just a minor penalty to intelligence. We're not going to wear it right now because we don't need those, but probably swap it on for... for slime. You know what? Let's take this. Let's take this party to the hallway. Wow. Actually, I'm gonna. Screw this. Let's just head over here. Alrighty. Just fireballing. You know, this character has a lot of little tools in his toolbox. But ultimately, you can deal with most things just by fireballing. I could petrify these slime creatures, but the truth is, I don't actually want to do it that way, because the reason is that, you know, if I were to miss enough times or not do enough damage and they stop being petrified, suddenly I'm next to something that can do like 66 to 88, 100 damage to me, and I mean that's no good. Yeah, don't mess with slimes. I lost a streak game that way once. Not a world record streak, but a tournament streak on another account. Granted, I was just like playing off stream and not paying attention to what I was doing and just O-tabbing, and even with my excellent RC file settings where I stopped tabbing at like 90%, it still crushed me. What I love about Petrify is, as you can see, I can cast it on these guys, and then, you know, if they're in a hallway, it's just like, see ya, you know? Because the guys behind them, they aren't really able to follow, are they? OTAB is 90% of your deaths, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, I mean that's how it'll go. And if you don't care about win rate, I mean have a grand old time, make it happen. But I personally enjoy. For me, I enjoy playing for win rate. Orb of Destruction doing work. Yeah, I mean that'll happen. Oh man. Bad orb. Like, the problem with playing for win rate is, like, every single game is more and more of an investment. And so yeah, I mean, like, I imagine it is pretty hard. Early game is incredibly cruel for sure, and it's only become crueler with this bullshit. With the attacks of opportunity. Okay, I've created a gap. Where the hell is the upstairs? It's over there. This is the worst part of any floor, is when you first go in and it's the first floor of the branch. You don't have a way to, you don't have like multiple entrances and exits. We could have auto-explored a little bit better, and we could have, like, not auto-explored, I mean. And we could have maybe, like, found a way. Hey, there we go. A way down and done the first floor, or done the second floor first, or something like that. Anyway, this guy's just like a big pile of HP with lots of MR, so, you know, we have the tools to kill him. We just use Orb of Destruction, basically, and then we finish him off with a Starburst. Actually, what I should be doing is Irradiate twice, then Starburst. Yeah. Because that, remember, that Irradiate, it takes away some AC, which, I mean, if you look at a Dire Elephant, that's a big chunk of AC, 3 pips, so. Okay, these guys are to be, you gotta be wary of them. They can do Word of Recall, which summons random things from the rest of the level, but if you kill them before it finishes, nothing happens. Fine Stalker with Irradiate. Sounds fun. Ironbound Frostheart. Creeping Frost. This is a new one on me. I don't remember him. Okie dokie. He's got that Frozen Rampart spell that was horrendously broken when it first came in, and might still be. Looks like he just does cold damage if you're next to a wall, I suppose, and slows you down. Something to keep in mind. Loimar. You are encased in ice. It's just like the Drake ability. What are you? Ironbound Thunder Hulk. Call down lightning. Targeting magics need distance to function, so enemies that are adjacent or nearly adjacent cannot be struck by that. Well, you can't lightning me. Blind Guardian. Flail of Distortion there, which we don't care too much about. I never really found myself wishing that I was worshipping Vehumet in this game before, but this game is making me kind of wish for it, just to get the +1 range. Wish there were more debuffs and hexes. Yeah, it is strange that you can't lower AC with hexes, that you have to go down the path of Irradiate with Conjuration and Transmutation to make that happen. Okay, so in the early game, I am very, very fastidious about the way that I train. I train only 1 point at a time and 1 skill at a time. Like, if I want to get fighting up, I will say train fighting alone, and then I will set the skill target from 0 to 1. Nowadays, now that we're a little higher leveled, I'm being a little more lazy about it. Here are our skill targets. We're taking fighting to 15, armor to 15, dodging to 10, conjurations to 20, and hexes to 5. Hexes to 5 is just to get a little bit of cause fear action going. Again, it would still be optimal for me to do one of these things at a time. I just don't care that much, really. I mean, we're doing fine. The game doesn't have a lot to challenge us with at this point, so I'm just going to get the... I know that by the time I get to a point where I need to pay a lot of attention again, I'll have all that stuff either done or close to done. Hello, buddy. Popping on my Staff of Cold. Be very aware of what kind of damage things can do to you. This fella, you know, is very easy to underestimate, but the fact is he can do 75 damage to you from 5 tiles away if you don't have cold resistance. And if you do, it's still half that, which is a good fat chunk of, what, 35-ish damage, a little bit more, 37. 2 Orbs of Destruction takes him down. We put our sword back on. Petrified that Thunder Hulk and took him down. That is exactly right, Cataclysm. We have gone pretty far down the fire tree, but I mean that we're not married to it. We could go in a different direction, and yeah, Orb of Destruction, it's good enough. You know, it'll take down most single target things in the game. We don't have like a Firestorm or anything, but we have some kind of utility helpful type stuff we could pick up if we wanted to. Like, we could pick up Summon Forest. We could... What was the other thing I was going to pick up? I did already, Cause Fear. I mean, yeah, Firestorm would be cool if we found it. We could pick up this new spell of V's Electric Charge to bolt blanket people. Firestorm is probably the dream, but at the same time, it's like overkill. You really don't ever need it. Although if we end up doing extended, then that would be pretty cool. I think we already killed Kirky. It's weird that there's a pig here. How much damage can you do? 54. Got him. For the most part, yeah, that is true. Cataclysm. There are some exceptions, though. If you're memeing with a Che worshipper, for example. Just use stone arrows. Did I see... Oh my god, they didn't take this out of the game. I think the devs don't understand how good this item is. I guess I'm glad they haven't figured it out yet. This thing rules. If you use more charges of it in a row, it does more damage. It can also be used as an AoE, but you don't really want to use it that way. It's a nice lightning bolt. In fact, we're going to take evocations to 10. Okay, that's interesting. They nerfed Condenser Vein? What did they do to it? Let's drop that ring. The staff is pretty rad. I like the fact that there's artifact staves now. Number of clouds generated depends on Evo. Lame. Anyway. Yeah, that sounds goofy. I don't know, I miss the Wand of Clouds. That was cool. The Wand of Scattershot, that was cool, but Ebering couldn't be bothered to make them work correctly with enemies, so after he implemented a bunch of terrible bugs into the game, he just removed them entirely because, well, I mean, he was like, oh no, we gotta make the enemies use all the wands, and then he just didn't bother to make that actually work. So I guess it made him look bad, so he was like, let's just take these out of the game. And he made up some excuse to put in these weird replacements like the Tremor Stones, which I don't think are really that great. But no, I do like Unran Staves. This is a good addition. We don't really need Aralek. Yeah, it's Randart, you're right. That's Unran. There may be Unran ones too, I don't know. The plus Blink is useful, although we actually already have that. Tremor Stones can be great, but the unreliability of them makes me a little wary of using them. Yeah, we have plus Blink on our gloves, but we'll probably not be using those forever. I mean, we did use them earlier in a previous session to some effect, so I can't complain too much. This guy's petrified. Down he goes. Sorry, I'm kind of... Sometimes if I find something new, I gotta decide what to do with it. You know, I really want to be using the Staff of Conjuration, but we're reliant on the MR Plus on our Falchion. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's great versus versus low AC enemies. The problem is that there's a chance that it just kind of misses it, and not being able to direct where it's landing makes me very uncomfortable. Hey Gary Burton, how you doing? We got the B-Crawl man is here today. It's good to see you. I've been paid to play this inferior version of the game instead of the superior B-Crawl. If I lose a GrEE of Gozag after Lair, I'll be a bit disappointed. Well, you know, on one hand, you're right, it's a strong combo at this point. On the other hand, I haven't actually played this game in a good long while, so... And I was thinking about going into extended, so... You know, it's possible. It's possible that bad things could happen here. Okay, we'll use the tremor stones. Took the teleport trap. Didn't really need to do that to live or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, I probably will do extended. Why not? The guy paid me a big chunk of money to play this, so it's like, I'd give him his money's worth, you know? Get bribed to do. Oh, you're saying I should? Oh yeah. No, I'm not going to do it unless people pay me lots of money. Yeah, good idea. Yeah. Ordinarily, we'd have to be a whole lot more careful with this kind of enemy. Oh, hello, said no one. Okay. Let me go do my handstand push-up real fast. Extended is always pretty dangerous, but you have a lot of tools. Well, with Gozag, I mean, you can kind of get out of jail free with a bribe. So, although I think with the Hells, you now have to go in and then like never leave until you get your rune, so that could be dangerous. All right, I'm gonna do this real quick. Handstand push-up, here I come. And going up, and down, and back up. There we go. Thank you, said no one, for keeping me fit. Yes, Quad 9s, I think they do. I think they are inching towards bad ideas like that. Oh no, I'm doxxed. What do I do? I've been doxxed. Alright. Trying to improve your Wi-Fi signal consistency. What kind of goat do you recommend sacrificing? The Pringles can goat. Get that Pringles can antenna. So you can hop onto the local Starbucks Wi-Fi instead. Would there be anything illegal about that, I wonder? If you lived next to a Starbucks, could you just bogart their Wi-Fi signal from your house all day? Okay, yeah, Evo is great. It's not as good as it used to be with really good items like the sack of spiders being taken out. But, I mean, it's hard to make Evo bad unless you take it out entirely. Alright, we've done Vaults 1. Got the coffee shop internet suspended for torrenting. Wow. It's, I see you're on your evil arc, Gadriel. As a caster, you want to try to be aware of what resistances things have. I'm using Fireball. None of these things are resistant to... Fuck me. I should have worn this Staff of Cold. He can do a good chunk of damage. That's what I get for not hot swapping. Oh, Wand of Roots. And now we have the Wand of Roots. Which is what this always should have been. BVC as a spell just should not exist. It's way too powerful. Or it should be like a whole level higher at least. And maybe not do damage. Ring swapping is one of your least favorite things. I kind of like it. I'm okay with ring swapping. I'm okay with weapon swapping. I liked amulet swapping. I feel like that is perfectly... Personally, I think that is perfectly reasonable in terms of mechanics. I think that it's a little tedious, but I feel like a certain amount of tedium is okay in DCSS for me. Let's drop ones of flight. Oh, because you have to like pick which ring to swap off. Yeah, there is equals R the one that like lets you it kind of tells the game to let you swap, pick which ring in advance to swap. For whatever reason, it doesn't really bother me. I don't know why. But I think for me, what I like about it is that it's like it is a tactical choice, and you know, I've said this before, and I guess it's been a long time, so I'll say it again. The main reason why Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup is a difficult game is not because the decisions are particularly hard, although sometimes they can be. It's that the information space is huge, and you just have to keep track of a lot of things, and the faster you play, the less able you are to do that. And the game kind of makes you want to play fast even though it's turn-based. And so the whole point of the game is to tucker you out mentally, and it's kind of an attrition war between you and the game. Because, I mean, yeah, if you're playing slowly, it takes a lot out of you to do that. And so it wants to put enough things on the screen that, like, you don't know... Oh, shit. Okay. I kind of fucked up here. Hello, doesn't he? Yeah, Ashenzari, that was the test run, my friend. That was on... You're thinking of the run I did up to lair in the Discord. O-tab life. I'm basically O-tabbing here. This is really obnoxious. I wish he had been petrified before his word of recall kicked in. I, for safety, am going to burn one of my blinks as much as I don't want to. Close this door so he can't shoot at me anymore. I should have taken that hatch up. Whoops. I could have done fear there, but there was so much damage on the table, so to speak. I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to risk a turn. You know, because if it went badly, even if I didn't die, I could have such low HP that, basically my big mistake there was letting the Convoker, not walking away when the Convoker started convoking. Word of recalling. Basically, this character is having a hard time doing things fast. He can kill all of the enemies on the table, one by one, but he's having a hard time doing it without burning through all of his mana. So I'm doing a lot of stair dancing, and this is kind of what ends up happening when you play a caster without a caster god. But yeah, we should be relying on Orb of Destruction more. The plant dude runs? You mean Vinestalker? Did I play Vinestalkers? I don't remember that being one of my preferred species. Oh, Fedhaus. Fedhaus runs. Yeah, no, I'm really torn on new Fedhaus versus old Fedhaus. Like Neo Fedhaus feels broken as hell. Like from what I remember, old Fedhaus seemed a little more balanced. But if I remember correctly, did they take away the rain ability? Like can you no longer drown the royal jelly? Because that's sad. Sphinxes can paralyze, and they can smite you for up to 17 damage. We are very resistant to magic, though, for the time being. So I don't need to worry about any of that. See that wizard who ordinarily I'd be like, oh no, he's gonna banish me. Well, no, he's not, because I know I have enough MR that I'm immune. So we can fireball most of this stuff and just give it the old GG. Oh, doesn't he? I invoked your name when I swapped into Fireball, just for the record. I had remembered that game when I was, I think I was streaking, and it was some game where I had gotten into lair branches, and I was just very, very stubbornly not going into Fireball, even though you were like, what are you doing? Why are you not going into Fireball? And, you know, it turns out, yeah, the airstrike game where I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do airstrike, bro, it'll be fine. Pro tip, it wasn't fine. But, yeah, I was having like a nightmare of a time, and then of course as soon as I got Fireball, it was fine. It was through, no, let me tell you how stupid this was. It wasn't through lair, it was lair branches, aka like snake, swamp, that kind of thing. I was trying to get 2 runes with just airstrike, which I don't know what strange spirit had possessed my body that day. But that was the day that I really changed my mind about how good Fireball is. It's actually an excellent spell that sees you through 2 runes and beyond. And honestly, we still don't have it maxed. My power is apparently only 36% with it, so significantly more damage possible. Are there other spells that are irresistible like Fireball? Well, I'm using one of them, like Irradiate ignores evasion as well. Starburst does not. It's like a bunch of bolts, so those can miss. Yeah, that's a great question. Out of the ones that are in our inventory, or in our library, I'm using a lot of them, like Magic Dart, can't be evaded. I think he means undodgeable. You can definitely resist Fireball. It can do 0 damage, and of course you can do less damage if they have fire resistance as well. Mystic Blast, I think cannot miss. A lot of spells nowadays can't miss. Sandblast can definitely miss. A lot of the level 1 spells can miss. But I mean, out of everything on here, the only one that I can see that can miss is Sandblast. I think Dazzling Flash maybe can miss. Hey, Nabisis, what's up, man? That sounds about right to me, Quad Nines. There was a Staff of Earth on the ground, which ordinarily we would want, but we're really relying on this MR weapon. Why am I using the shit falchion? Yeah. Magic resistance is really good. Technically, we have 2 rings of it, but I'm enjoying having +5 EV on the ring that I have on, so I'm just using 1 ring of it, and then I just have this sword on, and we're really not swinging with it. Level 20 achieved. Soon we will be old enough to buy beer. Not that I'd recommend it. Lazy Sod, thank you for the follow. Taking down the guy who's not petrified. Oh boy, okay, yeah, goodbye. Oh man. Oh, he's got a Orb of Guile. I don't even know what that does. A new-ish item. Tempted to fear here. There's more space. Let's see if we can't take him out with the fireball. Nope. Let's do this. Tremor stones. Wow, hey.
So, is it this great?
Alright. We use the tremor stones to some effect. Oh, it lowers MR? Does that work for enemies? That could have been dangerous then. Okay, I don't think the Frost Heart Creeping Frost can work because I'm not next to walls. He can't cast. Yeah, that's true. Lucky me. That is true. Well, they are spellcasters. They just don't. They're not targeted spellcasters. So I'm throwing my Curare here. Okay, these guys are all slowed. There is nothing stopping me from just kind of walking away now. Except for that. That could have been bad if I had gotten frozen. So we're just getting our mana back. Warden moment. I'm trying to petrify him, but I really shouldn't be. Tried to walk into the door, and the door slammed shut while I was in it, pushing me out. Oh no! I don't want to waste lightning rod charges. I really like those for... Honestly, the fact that I have that lightning rod makes me want to go into, makes me want to go into elf. Let's just do this. If you had an Orb of Guile. Yeah, I gotta tell you, voluntarily reducing your MR seems like a very, very bad idea. The only time that it's good is when you use a Scroll of Vulnerability, right? And the reason why that's great... tried to evoke Blink. It didn't quite work how I wanted it to. The reason why that's great is because it's control. Right, exactly. Whereas with the Orb of Guile or whatever, you cannot hot swap that thing on in combat. That's not going to happen. Sorry, it's lagging a bit here. How much damage do you do? 40 plus 15, 65. We're good. Wasting time with allies when I can just blast. Just always ABB, always be blasting. The basic strategy for mega damage here when things are already next to me is irradiate, and then just spam the starbursts. You might be wondering, like, gee, why aren't you using Orb of Destruction? Does tons of damage, right? Well, this is where knowing your spells is really useful because it does less damage the closer it is. So if something is right next to you, you're really not getting a lot of damage out of it. If it's far away, boom! It is also dodgeable. And if they dodge it correctly, it can swing around and hit you, which is not really something you want to happen. I am shocked at like how little damage we're doing with the orb sometimes. Killed by your own. Yeah, that'll happen. That can happen. Let's take a look at least, before I poo-poo this thing too much, let's, can I really not... Hold on. Okay. Shift, X, V for the tile. I can't pick it up because my inventory's full. I just wanted to examine it. A sphere of crystal carried in place of a shield. Magic scintillates within its exterior. Scintillates? Scintillates? I had to say this word for my audiobook recently. You'd think I'd remember how to say it. I will say it's not spelled that way. There's no... Wait, let's make sure I'm not wrong. This is spelled scintillates. Yeah, no, there's no... Don't write down words that you can't spell. Pleasing fungus, don't do that. What a sood. Anyway, it weakens the willpower of the wielder and everyone they hex. Guile theme intensifies. Yeah. Anywho, sadly, no acquirement yet. Yeah, no, there's no way I'm giving up a shield for that thing. What a nightmare. Oh, does it actually say you can wear it as a shield? That's kind of funny. In the place of a shield. Well. Regardless. Oh, hello. Oh, you don't want to get, okay. He didn't want to get petrified. Whoa, okay. Should get the earth spells? What earth spells are you referring to? I would really love to get Iron Shot, but how would you like me to do that? I suppose I could purchase shops with Gozag and hope for the best, but here's a new spell. Flame Wave. Blasts the caster's surroundings with a wave of fire completely ripped off from the game Rift Wizard. If the caster maintains focus and supplies the spell with magical power by waiting in place and not taking other actions, more and larger flame waves will radiate outward. That actually seems like a pretty useful spell. Summon Forest is not an earth spell. But yeah, we should pick this up. I may go in that direction if I get Dig. Just become Jorgren. Oh, we have Inner Flame available. That's kind of cute. Anyway, yeah, it is a bit late for it, I agree. Crystal Guardian. These guys are no joke. This thing can shoot either a fire or ice crystal bolt for 75 damage. It also reflects off of walls. It's a bolt, so technically he can do like 150 damage to you, which you may notice is more than the amount of HP that I have. First of all, if we're going to be fighting him, we want the Staff of Cold on. Hey, Cyrano, what's up, man? Oh yeah, they're extremely dangerous. There's also an entire vault of them that spawns sometimes. Oh, right. I forgot. He can bolt through things, can't he? By the way, he is fully immune to fire. So I set this up wrong. Let's do this. I'm using Orbs of Destruction. Wavering Orb of Destruction hits the Crystal Guardian. Got him. This guy is a Peacekeeper. He can do barbs. He's resistant to fire, so let's oh fuck. Okay. He's not gonna blast through his buddy. You know, I love the fact that these guys will not spawn. I'm trying to summon allies to, you know, reset this fight, and they're just not showing up in the right place. Let's just roots these guys, yeah. he fast? Oh, he is fast. Whoops. That's a problem. Okay. Resistant to electricity? Yes. Could stop being greedy and drink a potion of magic. Let's break out of those roots really fast. Does it have regeneration? I don't think so. I'm just gonna drink an ambrosia real quick. This is confusing me and getting my mana and my HP back so he can punch me in the face for a little while. I'm not gonna move because the barbs are in my skin. We'll blink if needs be. Alright, let's do this. How could it be possible? How could that be possible? Oh yeah, because of the irradiate nerf. Boo! Okay, so max damage here now is, he's been punching me, unfortunately, instead of crystal bolting. I actually want him to crystal bolt me. He can punch for 35 damage, but he's mited right now, due to the battle cry. And these guys just... We just rolled poorly. Unfortunately, I pretty much have to burn another blink. There we go. Alright, this can close, this can hit the walls. Let's close these doors. A four-legged humanoid construct. It's humanoid, but it's got 4 legs. We're gonna drink some heal wounds. 2 of them, in fact. This should be fine. We'll wait. Take a step. We'll actually use Orb of Destruction on him. And again. Okay, fine. We'll irradiate and finish him off. So we burned another blink. I really don't like the fact that we've burned through 2 blinks in here. That is a sign that we're making some mistakes. Meant human-like. Yeah, maybe. The king of the Suds. Sounds creepy. Let's fireball these guys. Wow. Tankiest berserker ever. Forgot to put my MR plus back on. Whoops. Oh, cool. Minus Tella, Arpoise, RN plus Robe of the Chupacabra. You know, I don't think we're going to be wearing the Robe of the Chupacabra today. Call me crazy, but let's blink. Let's fail to use our ability. Let's, I think I should. You know what? This looks like shit. We're full HP. You know what? We're using a Wand of Telly, or a Scroll of Telly. You know why? Because I've auto-explored into this goofy spot, and I know this dude can lock me in here, and I see that this could go badly. I'm actually gonna go down. Ooh, uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh man, I don't want to go here. I had forgotten that can spawn here. I wouldn't have explored all the floors of vaults if I had known. Yeah, no, it's good. It's got tons of loot. I'm happy to see it, but at the same time, holy fuck, we're marked. These are my skills. I'm still training the same stuff, jungle. I mean, that's the thing. It's a really tough level. We don't really have the right tools to do it safely. You know what? We're going to go in and we're going to bribe the branch, I think. I call it leapfrogging, Nemesis. Okay, I waited for the mark to go away, and oddly enough, nothing came for me, so that was... Oh, shit. I know, Gridgem, but the loot here is just unbeatable. Saltlings is that the DCSS dev team. Hell yeah. But yeah, I don't know, I'm thinking the move is to go in and go ahead and blow 3,000 Golarinos on a bribe. Make our lives easier. I'd really like to have more HP, I think. Oh yeah, it's 100% worth. There's no question about it. Well, yeah, I mean, we could get screwed, but we'll get experience out of it as well. Oh! Oh, that's cool. You can't... I forgot you can't bribe portal vaults. That, it cannot be done. Well, that makes things more challenging. I guess we could just, like, be hasted the whole time we're in here. We could just leave immediately if we wanted to. That's an option. A gate leading back out of this place. Cloud of salt. I don't think I'm gonna chicken out. There is a chance. I'm gonna take a step so nothing can see me. How many haste do we have? 5? I think we're gonna go ahead and preemptively use 1. No, I want my loot, and I've got what's required to beat this. I tell you, I really wish I didn't have this minus HP potion thing. That is real obnoxious with Gozag. One of my panic buttons is significantly nerfed. This guy does more damage to you with the Resonance Strike the more DCSS devs, I mean salty creatures are around you, the constructs, so... Oh yeah, the Armitar charge. Well... Yeah, exactly, jungle. Sounds don't travel as far here. Well, maybe I can fireball a little more. Let's go ahead and pop a haste preemptively. Refresh my memory, game. Are saltlings resistant to fire? They are not. I guess we've spawned in the corner. Okay. Accepting its allies' injuries, that's fine, good, we'll fireball and ruin this man's whole career. Alright, let's do this. Nice, Ragged Hierophant died. Blow them out with the irradiate. Now we can't irradiate anymore. We're out of mana. I am going to burn a mana potion, as much as I don't particularly want to. His You know, it's worth noting that his magic resistance sucks, so we could petrify him like that. Gosh, the lag is not helping. Normally I could fly through this stuff, but something's going on with the server these days. Let's go here. This way we can do that. Starburst. Let's stab this guy to death. Now, did we use too many resources? Did we use that haste and magic unnecessarily? Probably we could have done that just fine without haste. More wizard portals than you have the desolation of why so internet hurt. Oh yeah, no, this branch is not, it's not screwing around. For sure. Okay, lightning bolt, we are resistant. Still winds is not something we need to worry about, it just takes out clouds. But we're out of mana, and unfortunately this character just doesn't really have the ability to do a lot when he doesn't have mana. I should have probably trained some maces and flails to fix that. Why don't we use our poor man's mana potion? And by the way, I should have used Brilliance before that fight, and that would have really helped. In fact, we're going to go ahead and have a Brilliance now. Wait for the Ambrosia to end. Here we go. And now, set all this stuff. Brilliance will have my mana cost, so if I know that a fight is going to be a long slog, alright. But yeah, if I know a fight's going to be a long slog, which tends to happen in here because things come from all over the map until you're totally and utterly dabbed on. Goddamn walls. It's really hard to slip a, you know, an orb of destruction through a wall. Plate nail. Oh, hell yeah. Found a goodly number of artifacts, actually. Time to train armor to 27. Hey, plate mail's great, just maybe not on this guy. Okay, we'll use Potion of Mana again. 17 mana? Was there a time when Potions of Mana gave more? Because I seem to remember them giving way more than 17. Did they nerf that? Or is there a bug where it's being affected by that mutation now? Or am I just remembering wrong? That's only for HP, though. There should be a message. Let's drink the Brilliance. We should have Staff of Cold on. Could have gone badly for me. Drink to heal wounds. Blow up the Crystal Guardian. You notice how it says your system partially rejects the healing. There's a message. But there isn't one for the mana, so it shouldn't affect it, unless they've changed something and then neglected to tell the player. +9 plate armor. I mean, that is a sick piece of plate. I mean, that is endgame material. If I wasn't a caster, if I was somebody who was okay with wearing plate, that would be my move. We would be rocking that for the rest of the game, most likely. It's got two useful things on it. Probably eventually it could be done. We're going to take it with us. As far as whether we're actually going to use it or not, the jury is out. Che extended. Yes. I'm gonna go ahead and burn my enchant armor so I can grab that. I also want the box of beast, baby. What kind of garbage can I drop? You know, I was told that they had fixed inventory management, but it seems worse than ever. Lignification? Hell no. There are reasons to keep Lignify even into the late game, I assure you. Gotta get that Torment immunity, baby. They're carrying a lot of throwables unnecessarily, but believe it or not, javelins can be pretty handy even on a character like this. Lig is for extended. I mean, yeah. It's very dangerous to use an extended, but Kevin is on the inventory team. Good old Kevin. Good old Kevin, my favorite guy. Oh my lord. Attraction plus Lignify. I guess that's the only use of attraction, really. Very silly potion otherwise. What a funny combo. Trying to remember what I used to do with items. I suppose we could just not use poison. Yeah, I mean it's I'm sure you could use it for blink things that blink, but by the time you're dealing with that, I think you have better tools to against Lam Lobon. Huh. Okay, I could see it. On certain characters, I could see it being pretty handy versus Lam. I usually just take him out in exceedingly cheesy ways. Scrolls of poison. So it covers. It's like a condenser vein, but poison only. Would be really cute with ignite poison. I had that secretly in my back pocket, thinking about doing that. You know what? Let's just fuck it. Let's just drop the regular javelins. Oh, Berserk. That's. I hadn't noticed that. That is. I will drop that too. As soon as the server stops lagging. You can use Berserk for certain purposes. It's usually a very bad idea in the late game. It's definitely an early game kind of consumable. Crap. Need to have my Staff of Cold on. Swapping will end your character's whole career because you will forget to do it every once in a while. MR minus ringmail. Hell no. Quarterstaff plus 6. Got Vampiric Drain, slow, confusing touch. Man, where's that Iron Shot? Yeah, Cataclysm. It's ideal if you don't, but I mean I feel like there's a stage of the game where you may just have to suck it up and do that. But I mean, yeah, in an ideal world, like I will even prioritize not having to swap over objectively better equipment sometimes. But I mean, that's kind of goes in line with what I was saying earlier, that the way that DCSS ends your character is by filling the information space to the point that that you just get exhausted basically. And then you make a mistake. And so your job as the player, one of the smartest things you can do is, right, exactly, Cataclysm, because I mean eventually you do make a mistake and you want that mistake to be not so bad that it ruins everything. Refresh my memory about Molten Gargoyles. They still have Bolt of Magma, which does not exist for players anymore. And you're what? Immune to fire? Yeah, you are. Are you considered to be a construct? I bet you are. Maybe not? Bolt of Meme. It is, yeah. Is he not called a molten? Excuse me. No, it's not surprising that they cut it. It was a spell that was really never optimal to get unless it was like a bolt of bad decisions. It was very niche. I mean, there were games where you might want to use it, but they were few and far between. Non-living is His Holiness. I thought he was technically considered to be a construct, maybe not. Bolt of Flavor. It did have good flavor. Bolt of Transition between Fire and Earth. That's another good name for it. No, I liked it as a spell, to be honest, but yeah, I think it was the last one to be removed. Sorry, I'm trying to decide what I want to do here. I want this Magma Molten Gargoyle to be next to me, so we can just irradiate a couple of times. Maybe I'll just burn a fireball here, and then. The reason I cared if that was a construct or not is because the Resonant Strike does more damage based on whether I have constructs around me or not. Orb of Destruction does work. Got a +1 chainmail of +7 intelligence and -3 strength. Don't think we're doing that. Hello! That's a good amulet. We're going to be using that. That's like Reflection in Int +5. It's a strict upgrade to what we're doing now. Wow. Just kind of trying to husband my mana as much as possible here. And yeah, doesn't he? I had noticed that the timer is slowly telling me to go screw, which I'm not particularly pleased with, but what can you do? Yeah, this is probably the most aesthetic side branch, although I still like the Fleshworks more. I used a Box of Beasts, by the way. Box of Pokemans. Pokemans! Juvenile Oxweird Beast. Oh good, he took down the Hierophant for me. Thanks, buddy. Hey, old buddy. You hoard them for Zot 5? Well, how you gonna hoard them, Gridgem? In the Neo New Crawl where you can't have a giant pile of them. It was way more fun when you could summon like 50 Pokemons because you had been hoarding boxes for the whole game, but sadly, no fun is allowed and you now have to make them, you have to charge them up with experience like everything else. Gotta make it stupid, make it bland. The soul of Crawl. Of Neo New Crawl. He's being petrified. Yeah, baby! Carefully fireballing to where I'm hitting more than one thing at once, ideally. I've just, like, walked up next to these dudes so I can irradiate them to death. Hello, War Gargoyle. Goodbye, War Gargoyle. No loyalty to my own people. Unlike real life. Okay, let's see, going to drop the Amulet of Reflection. We're going to pop on my Amulet of Reflection, shields +5, int +5. Here's an interesting ring, which I'm probably not going to be using. RC minus, but a huge amount of stats. What an odd thing. I don't think we're going in that direction, my friends. Like, even if I found the RC plus, it's like I could be wearing something else, you know. I mean, there's some universe where I pop on a ice dragon armor, but you know that's even more unlikely because we're worshipping Gozag, so those can't drop for us unless they drop as random loot rather than from a dragon. Oh yeah, no, this place has lots of guaranteed artifacts. Now, certainly you can roll poorly. That's a possibility. So I have attacked a couple times to bring these guys in, and now we're gonna irradiate. Somehow, because they nerfed the shit out of irradiate, we have been dabbed on, and this Peacekeeper has simply not died. Despite only having 45 HP, he has a lot of AC, and under the new paradigm, AC seems to affect irradiate an awful lot, which is unfortunate. I'm gonna copy this dude with the Phantom Mirror, and we're gonna resistant to electricity. We're gonna set to work with this thing. Rod of electricity. It's another situation where I should have used brilliance, but didn't. Melee this dude down, hopefully. There we go. Will I learn my lesson, chat? Will I ever train? Will I ever start training a weapon? Isn't the Staff of Conjuration a good weapon? Well, I mean, yes, I should be wearing it just for spell power, but the problem is that I really don't trust my magic resistance right now. Although I guess in here it's okay because there's very unlikely for, maybe even impossible for something that targets my magic resistance to show up here, but I know that uniques can spawn in here, so that's not strictly speaking true. Hello, Halazid Warlock. We definitely want to pop on Staff of Cold to deal with him. He dodged one of my orbs. Just found a shitload of books, including one that had the best spell in the game. Also, we got Death's Door, that's kind of fun. And Haunt. But no, we found the best spell in the game. We found Vile Clutch, which we will memorize here in a minute. We found a great sword of RF plus, our core. We don't use two-handed weapons in this game. BBC. Okay, this staff has RF plus plus on it, which is neat, but I don't need our poise, and Oh, that's kind of neat. Petrified tree. I don't remember that being in here. Anyway, we control F dot. We've explored this place fully. Make sure we don't leave anything behind. Taking special note to look at the artifacts. I think we have everything of value. We'll get on out. Did the edges of the vault change? It certainly looks like it. Okay, I'm gonna no, Jungle Man, you are thinking of the other staves. So like, oh, did they change that? If the wielder is skilled on evocations and conjurations, they can blast those they strike with pure energy. I thought conjurations was an exception to that rule. Like earth did earth damage, fire did fire damage, so on and so forth. But I did not think that conjurations had that. Huh, either that's new or I'm not remembering. Alright, you've got a point. I wouldn't say it's, I mean, it's still not like the best melee weapon you could ever use. Well, it's, yes. Shatter those struck by it, dealing substantial, irresistible damage, which is strongly reduced by armor. But yeah, I mean, until I don't need magic resistance anymore, that's not going to be a consideration. So it's not irresistible? In the context of Crawl, irresistible... Quad9's actually used it correctly earlier. In the context of Crawl, what irresistible means is not dodgeable. Like, it will hit you. It might not do any damage. It might technically... I mean, it's a very bad name for it. They shouldn't call it that, but... Because it can be resisted by AC and things like that. But, no, I mean, as far as a term of art goes, that is, in fact, what it's called. I see we've got this. We've got RC Plus on an amulet now. We could pop that guy on for the sake of doing slime. That's an option. Chance of doing a true slap. So much crap. Stair dancing time, baby. Okay, let's pop on Staff of Cold for the resist. Go back up. Let's go down. I mean, this is a jank type character. Like we're having a mildly rough time. But we have nothing to identify. Why would I need that? Oh, we can also go ahead and drop this plate armor in case we need it later. Very unlikely. I mean, with all these spells that we're using, like we can win this way, but boy, I sure would like to have something a little bit more reliable and straightforward. Hi guys. Oh, hi Mock. What spell am I working towards? Well, I was going to go grab my, we're going to get Vow Clutch online is what we're going to do, and that's going to make our lives, significantly easier. Just use Tremor Stones to finish this. There's not supposed to be enemies here. I've cleared vaults too. Let's go to our Scroll of Amnesia. What are we not using, really? I guess I probably really don't need Stone Arrow, huh? We're not using that at all. Because we've got Magic Dart for low damage, like Magic Dart plus Battle Sphere. And then we've got Orb of Destruction for high. If things are right next to us, we've got other tools. So we'll read the Scroll of Amnesia. I could also get rid of my summons. We're really not using those much anymore, but sometimes they're handy. Once we find more Amnesia, though, that's when that's going to happen. So let's get rid of the Stone Arrow. Let's memorize Vow Clutch. I don't remember what letter I usually put this on. Let's say capital E. No, using that for Battle Sphere. Vow Clutch. Let's say F, I guess. Sure. So Vow Clutch is amazing. If you get it on a character, 99 times out of 100, regardless of what you're training, you should probably just go directly to it. That's a little bit of an exaggeration. I mean, there's obviously you don't want to throw your character away, just get it online, but we'll always have Layer 3, yeah. But Vow Clutch just does a tremendous amount of damage, and it also holds things in place. It's just really good. It's just really, really good. Takes away their evasion. I mean, we're immediately going to take Necromancy to 5, and I have a -2 Necromancy aptitude, and we're still going in that direction. Hello, Mr. Convoker. But yeah, I tell you, I truly would like to have a Staff of Conjuration on. I mean, a spell power boost right now would be pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. But I just value magic resistance more, and I really hope that we can find a ring or something of like MR+++, and just not have to worry about this crap anymore. Get his attention with a magic dart. Just fireball him to death. Alrighty, you better believe we're going for intelligence. I mean, I almost want to get a little bit of dex, but... now we're going full-on ent. We need more of that spell power, baby! Pull this back to a little further away. Still miscasting orb, that's no good. He's a beast, he can't open the doors. Sometimes you do get 3 casts of this, by the way, of Irradiate. What's up, Buckaroo? Go ahead and lock those doors, that's fine. Human with hands can destroy a door, but an extra large elephant cannot. Don't question it, doesn't he? Did I just hear you questioning the will of the DCSS devs? Just auto-exploring at this point. Little O spam. Whoops, I did not mean to take that off. What the hell? I guess we'll just be empty-handed while I take that guy down. We've got good damage output, but it could be better. Alright, so now we're going to drink a potion of attraction and go straight to Vaults 5. No, just kidding. Let's finish out Vaults 4 though. Be nice if we had See Invisible. Petrify takes down the Very Ugly Thing. Very Ugly Things are no joke if your defenses are bad, or if you're missing a key resistance when they turn into the color of whatever it is you don't have resistance for. They're basically just ugly things on steroids, so something to keep in mind. Gonna go ahead and use this on the Kite Shield. Maybe if we can get that up to a high enchant, perhaps we'll even switch to it. Yep, this is Baldur's Gate 4. That's what this is. The bear sex scene is coming. It's the only kind of gaming that I enjoy, is when weird, degenerate bullshit is forced into my games. Anything else would be bigoted, to be honest. Yeah, we're really upping the ante over here. I think it's funny that it's like the same type of games journalists who bitch and moan every time there's an attractive female character in a video game. We're like, oh yeah, no, let's put tons of weird bear shit, bear sex. It's like, oh, it's so funny. Like, all right, if you say so. It's like it seems like they don't have a problem with sexuality, so to speak. They just have a problem with anything that's remotely ordinary. But also, you know, it's like they have a problem with conventionally appealing things. They're like the worst kind of prude. They're like not prudes about bizarre things, but they are prudes about, like, God forbid there's an attractive woman, you know? Kind of tells you a little something about their mentality, I think. Uh-oh, we're going into politics. Or maybe just my towering hatred of games journalists. See, it's okay though, because this is a little bit brain dead, this part of the game, where unless I run into a particular set of enemies, I can just kind of keep fireballing everything. Took that guy down before he did his Word of Recall. Oh, fuck. I was sitting there waiting for that thing to get next to me. I forgot he had a Bardich on. Wow, 56 damage with its weapon. Time to use my Vile Clutch. Zombie hands grab the Vault Warden. Zombie hands grab the Convoker. And now I just take a step away. Doesn't that seem really powerful to you? Extremely well balanced. They're taking damage every single turn. They can't really move to me without passing a very difficult check. The best spell in the game by far. Keep in mind these things Phantasmal Warriors can have your magic resistance. You're 100% correct. It is even more powerful now. There are certain things it doesn't work against, but... And this guy's hasted, so I'm going to have a hard time doing it to him. Because he has like a couple checks per turn. Are you resistant to electricity? No, you're not. Let's use my rod on him. Ugly things can, in fact, open doors. Just fireball these guys. Bit of lag. It's interesting how slow going Vaults is on this dude, but that's kind of to be expected when the server's lagging, I guess. Zombies tend to have low magic resistance. Well, they always have low magic resistance. So you'll kind of see me petrifying the big skeletons, big zombies, and then just stabbing them to death with the dagger. Hello, guy. That is an entropy weaver. They can really nuke your AC over time. We took him down though. Okay, another cool thing about Val Clutch, once we get Iron Shot, it's going to be super awesome. Because it's going to nerf... It's gonna nerf their ability to evade the Iron Shot. Too bad we haven't found Iron Shot. That's what we really want here today. Oh, we have Dragon's Call, that's cute. Haunt is a pretty late game spell. We're probably never going to get online, but it would be kind of cool if we did. Interesting options here, you know. Dragon form. Become a dragon for no reason. Server's lagging. Server is a 386 hooked up to a hamster brain. You know, it used to not be a laggy server, so it's kind of unfortunate that it is now. Okay, so if we were to go to Vaults 5, you know, that's where you're like surrounded by a whole ton of dudes. I tend to like to stair dance on Vaults 5 as much as is possible with Wardens. It's not something we want to do yet. I'd really like to get off of robe mode over here and get into, I don't know, at least like Ringmail Town, but we're kind of married to the whole magic resistance situation right now. Imagine getting stared TP'd. I mean, that would be unpleasant. We are immune to... Nope, we're not immune to Golden Eyes, unless we have our Falchion on. I could pop on the amulet. We could lose the we could lose the evasion and have our core at the same time. This is so goofy. Let's just man, I'm going to Elf. We've got the tools to deal with Elf, offensively speaking, and we've pretty much got the tools to deal with it defensively as well. My HP isn't as much as I'd like it to be. Do we have Silent Scroll? Yeah, we do. Scroll of Torment. Dropping that. Not using that today. Yeah, the elves are gonna get it. That's, for sure. So we're Control G, E. So I'm not going into Vaults 5 because it's just too dangerous. So this is an interesting kind of choice you might make, is like do Vaults 1 through 4, and then, you know, you're just doing it for the experience, then move on somewhere else. So what we're trying to do now is we are badly trying to get the Elf 3 loot pile. It's a nice big pile of loot at the end, guarded by all these nasty little hobbitses, I mean elves. BVC is good at a lot of things, including taking down these guys. But the orb is also good. Basically, Fireball is your friend in here. It takes down all the elves. And then for the dancing weapons, you might need something else. Offensively, we're fine. Like, we can easily take down everything in here. I think I don't know, we may eventually start having problems with the fact that we only have 132 HP, but it almost makes me want to just spam fighting and nothing else. Oh, hello. I think Azrael's here. Yep, that's him. That's his entourage. Azrael's not to be fucked with. He can do Hellfire, which is now called Damnation for no good reason. He can do 45 damage to you, smite targeted, or 60 damage to you, not smite targeted. Let's force him to be next to us, yeah. Let's go ahead and pop on the old Brilliance. I do not want to burn one of my Irradiates, so we're going to Vow Clutch this thing and then fight him. Okay, I guess we will Vow Clutch this guy, or Irradiate this guy. Irradiate. I should have hasted. I should have hasted. Technically he can kill me in 2 turns, which is really very bad. However, he is clutcheronied here, so he's taking damage every turn and his AC is nuked. The wombo combo of Irradiate plus BVC is actually great because you get to nuke their AC and their EV. He's not... By the way, Hellfire doesn't actually... You don't resist it. If you have fire resistance, it's just irresistible damage. I think Lightning Rod's the way to go here. Okay, you can't kill me next turn. 3d20. No, you cannot. So we'll do this and you'll die for sure. That was a little bit spooky dooky, but there was no chance of dying in the next turn. If he had max rolled, though it's actually irresistible, it just does its damage. Like, you can't dodge it, and also you can't take like less damage. It just rolls its damage and that's it. I don't even think it's affected by AC. I drank a potion there because I'm a little spooked by my low HP here. Was that the right way to kill Azrael? I'm going to say the mistake we made was not hasting. I should have burnt a haste for that. With the fact that he's got Hellfire still, You just don't want to take the risk. I mean, we're talking 60 damage a turn. That's a lot when you have 132 HP. Okay, they just want to keep coming, huh? I will trimmer stones, I guess. Maybe we can just melee this guy down. We can do a little bit of melee. I mean, technically we're cross-trained from our short blades training into long blades a little bit. But yeah, this is the price I'm paying for not bothering to train any weapons. When I run out of mana, I'm having a problem. Now, I do have 10,000 gold stored up, so you know, if we want to, we can spam potions. And Gozag is reasonably likely to give us a mana potion. Hey guy. Alright, this is one of the higher level elves, and you need to be careful about them. He can do 63 damage to me worth of acid. A little more, actually, unless they've changed something. It's more like 80, it just lies to you. And he can also Hellfire you for 60 damage a pop, so we're going to cast BVC on him to start with, and then we're just going to Fireball him to death. Those typically don't show up in great numbers until Elf 3. Found a book with Lightning Spire in it. Do I remember correctly? Did they ruin Lightning Spire? Can you not select where it gets cast anymore? Or am I having a stroke? I don't remember. It certainly used to be the best spell in the game. Or one of them. It's still okay, but not remotely as good as it used to be. The argument could be made that it was broken as hell. A keystroke. Okay, Elf 1 is done. That makes me feel pretty good. No shafts yet. Not getting shafted into the end vault, but we could still get shafted into the end vault, and we could still get teleported into the end vault on Elf 3, so... You know, bad news is still possible. Oh my fucking god! Wow! Excuse my French. We apparently found 4 scrolls of acquirement on this floor. Let's get acquiring. The Boots of Submission. Now, with the way that these work now, you can kind of cancel out and look at what you got. That's an upgrade. What about the book? Plasma Beam? What? Fires a penetrating beam of plasma at one of the caster's most distant foes. What is it, random? The ionized beam bypasses half of defender's armor, and a second beam of fire follows in its wake. Is the first beam lightning damage? Or physical? Wouldn't it be nice if the game told you that? Oh wait, no it does. 30 fire or electric. Well no, that's just for a miscast. On me. Spell that fires 2 beams at the farthest enemy. One doing fire damage and another doing electricity. It really should say that. It says ionized, which probably means electric, but, you know, you should use the same terms everywhere, basically. Anyway, I kind of hate the fact that, I mean, we could technically get that spell online, but I kind of hate the fact that you don't get to select the target. Ignition is here. You know, we could we could do some really cute things and get Ignition online. It's Fire School only. That's pretty cool, but you know what? I think we're good right now on Magic. I'm just gonna get the boots, man. Get a little extra dex. Couldn't hurt. Malign Gateway, I'd certainly like to have that, but... Huh. Crystal Plate Armor? No way. That amulet's interesting. It's too bad it's Drain. Our Poise, our Core, Int +5, Acrobat. I mean, that is a really good amulet. I'm not sure if it's good enough for me to give up SH +5, but it is really good. And it's a source of our core. My instinct is just to take the gold here for Gozag, though. Oddly enough. Because we technically, we have a source of our core already. I probably should have done the End Vault for Elf 3 before I got all these, but... I don't know. Yeah, that's Drain. The Drain doesn't affect you if you're using it permanently, but I'm getting the gold. Maybe time will prove that to be a mistake. Alright, the Book of Blood. Fire, our Poise, MP +9, +2 gloves of dexterity. Imagine having Pearl Dragon Scales. Wouldn't that be nice? Take the gold again. Beautiful thing about worshiping Gozag is the acquirement's never a waste. The Quick Blade Yavad. Crystal Plate Armor of the Glamorous God. We got this book of spells that I don't recognize. I see Firestorm's in here. I mean, we could get Firestorm online. That's interesting. This is actually an interesting spell. 1d, 110 damage. 98% fail rate on Firestorm right now. I think it would be some time before I actually got Firestorm online. I'm going to trust in the heart of the cards. Firestorm will come to me. Let's get the gold. I know, I'm doing the unfun play. The unexciting play. But trust me, we'll find Firestorm, we'll find Ignition eventually. 98%. Oh, we don't have RC. Let's get RC. These guys can icicle me. Can also force lance me off these staircases. Something to keep in mind. I took a step forward here so my fireballs could actually hit that dude. Staff of Air. Normally a very good thing to find for Aralek. Or for the buff to your air spells. But we're gargoyles, so we don't care. Sometimes to conserve my mana, I'm kind of like maneuvering around a little bit. You'll notice me kind of taking steps back so that instead of fireballing and hitting one thing, I'm able to do like a starburst and hit several. Could do the same thing with any bolt type spell, something that fires at a line. I am carefully doing my silly ass bolt of hands here in a line to hit all these dudes. Or multiple, anyway. I think it's hilarious, by the way, that the only bolt spell that still exists is Bolt of Hands. That Annihilator is scaring me a little bit. He can do a tremendous amount of damage, so we're going to go and kind of deal with him elsewhere. Let's make a Battle Sphere. What's up, buddy? I'm still out of range of the Crystal Spear, but not quite out of range of his other things, which I'm less worried about. We'll just fireball him. He was a big enough threat that I got my Battle Sphere out. Just needed guaranteed damage to get laid down on him, you know. Okay. How's our skills going? We've almost reached our training targets for fighting, dodging, armor. Actually, for all this stuff. So we'll make some decisions on that soon. This is the Hall of Blades. We're going to go ahead and do it. Ordinarily, there are situations where I would just ignore this. But there's a little bit of experience in here, and we're basically playing on easy mode in terms of taking these guys out because of the fact that we've got the Vile Clutch, so... They break out of it sometimes and you just cast it again, or you irradiate them. If you don't get these exact spells, there's other things that can deal with these problems, but these are... these are the tools that I've found to be the most, the easiest, so it's kind of nice that the game handed them to me. But I mean, you can use certain summons, you can, there's other schools, other spells and other schools that might be handy. And I guess that's kind of that's the rub with building a caster tutorial in DCSS, because it's like, it's hard to say like, okay, well this is what you're going to do every single time. You're not. It's what the game happens to give to you. So the best you're going to get in terms of like, here's how to play a caster is more a situation of it's like, okay, so in this particular situation, this is what you do, and here are the reasons why I'm making this choice and that choice. But I mean, is it always going to apply one-to-one to every other game that you play, or even every caster you play, or even going further, even every Gargoyle Earth Elementalist you play is not going to go the same. Like this guy ended up being like a fire mage, but to some degree, that's definitely not going to happen every time. There are games where you like find Iron Shot right off the bat, and then you can just go pure Conjurations and Earth and know that you've got an end game waiting for you. There are games, I'm sure, where you just happen to find like a big melee unique. Like if I found Arga at the beginning of the game, I'm pretty sure I'd be transitioning into melee. I'm not a caster anymore, Just letting BBC do the work here. So, like, why did I do this? I don't need a weapon. It all turns to gold, right? Well, with Gozag, I get the gold out of it for one. I get experience out of it, it's pretty well harmless, you know, in terms of like what's the risk to my person. So why not, you know? Let's get rid of this imp. We'll get rid of the dog too when we find more amnesia. Reclaiming our smell levels. Still kind of tempted to get this V's electric charge as a movement tool. +9 distortion, quick played. Well, if he shows up, we, you know, Orb of Destruction kind of ends this man's whole career. Okay, this is one of the most dangerous places in the game, so let's act accordingly in Presso anyway. Okay, I see stone. Usually that means you're at the end vault. So we're going to go into map mode like that. We're going to hold shift, we're going to press X, go over here, and then press E. So now my guy will not auto-explore in that direction again. We want to clear out the rest of the floor. You know? Before we go into the end vault, because the end vault is just chock full of high-level douchebag elves. And again. Hello! A blast of power from the earth strikes you. I auto-explored. We found Zenata. Yeah, well, I'm wearing a robe and I have 5 stealth, so that's reasonably likely. +4 Lajatong, +1 Ringmail of Cold Resist. This is a new unique. A master weaponsmith, her flesh melding into steel so smoothly that it's hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. Well, that's silly. She entered the dungeon to search for the secrets of an ancient, long-suppressed cult, said to have exalted metal over flesh. The price of knowledge was her humanity. A price she paid eagerly. Okay, maybe that's less silly. Alright, I see. She's like a metal golem now with huge AC. 55 damage with the weapon. Not fast. She's a metal gargoyle. Okay, yeah, no, I get it. She has Resonant Strike, which is not going to be that handy for her with no constructs around. She has Shiza's Dance. Summons weapons from far and wide. A dagger newly forged, a sword long rusted in a moldering tomb. An axe still steaming with the blood of its victim, animating them and sending them out to attack. Okay, somebody played Octopath Traveler. Alrighty, so this is new to me, but I just look at her defenses. I see she's got really good magic resist. I see that we could use like a... We could go Vault on her and like petrify her, but she's got no resistances to energy, so it's like... I don't know, I'm just gonna step away. Well, I could use Orb of Guile. I'm gonna step away and I'm gonna BVC her. For one. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! That's a Halberd of Distortion. Hold up. Fuck you being able to summon that. Okay, don't teleport me, please. Yes, that's correct, Doran. Son of a bitch. Well, this is actually really quite bad if I were to get teleported. Why don't I... Do I want to evoke Blink? No, we'll do this. Hold on. Please don't teleport me. Oh, my fucking god. Is that hasted? Is that hasted? I like how it doesn't say that it's going to be hasted. Or are they all... Are... Hold on. Good time for the server to lag. Maybe animated weapons are just hasted by default these days. Anyway, we can't fuck around with this any further. I have to burn Blink, which sucks, but what are you gonna do? Okay, we copied the mirror of the halberd of distortion. We're going to BVC this thing. Okay, we killed it. I hate the fact that we just ran out of blink except for one. That's really bad, but that was insane luck, or bad luck, or maybe it's guaranteed, I don't know, that she picked up Disto. I mean, wow. Also, we need more spell power on our BVC. Spooky fight. Well, yeah, that's why I burned a blink to get the hell away from it. Well, we want to take her down before... Hello. Take her down before we do the rest of the floor. Shout. Hey, baby. What's the game plan to beat her? I was going to just haste and throw balls at her until she's gone, but file is an option. However, I don't know if I would have to check. Okay, yeah, her stuff is affected by silence, so we could file her, and that is, I was thinking of that. I was going to check. We may open with that. She's still pretty good in melee. I almost wanted to, well, I was almost not going to file her because strictly because I wanted to maybe see if the weapon that she summons is always Disto, but I think my curiosity can probably be satisfied by LearnDB. Oh, of course they didn't put one in. Okay. Okay. Okay, anyway, I think with the file we might actually be able to do this without burning a haste. Oh, god damn it. I should have been one tile away. Okay, that's okay. Yep, waterlogged, which is effectively silenced. Another funny thing about this is I can I can fireball her if I wanted to and make steam. But let's just do this. BVC. BVC. You can keep resonant striking me, that's fine. Fireball. Down she goes. Easy enough. I basically underestimated the summon because, like, number one, they were all hasted, which I don't remember them always being hasted, but maybe they were. But yeah, they were all hasted, and then the one with Disto, just that could have been really bad, really fast. Like, oh well, it's new, so I mean, unless you played recently, it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I mean that's no joke. Could have been abyssed, could have been teleported to the center of this vault, which would have been really bad. I would really like it if we had another charge of digging. Instead, we have this jank, shitty kill hole that we've dug. I kind of lured him to be next to me so I could irradiate. I'd be using, honestly, I'd be using Brilliance, but I don't know, you know, how necessary it is. Okay, you cannot banish me. Like, it's hard to tell how long these fights are going to last. There's another Brilliance. Because it's like, as you can see, sometimes only 1 or 2 elves come out. I prefer to have 2 charges of dig so I can make the cutest little tiny kill hole that I can. With that said, this is working out. This is working out okay. Orb of Wrath. Of course, it's not possible to look up the Orb of Wrath, because why not? Why would they want to make it possible for you to look up things? So I guess we'll go to the Learn DB. 20% chance of berserking on attack. Okay. 6 shouts. I did not mean to magic dart there. I was trying to irradiate, but you know what? It took him down, so. Hey, guy. Okay, that's scary. He could 2-shot me. Don't have file. We can use Scroll of Silence if things get really bad. Fastest way to kill him. It's probably just fireballing over and over, to be honest. Bolt of Lightning misses me. Yeah, baby! Okay, what's up, guy? You've decided to put dudes between me and you, so we just use the Lightning Rod. I will keep using the Lightning Rod. It does more damage the more charged up it is. Get my mana back. They're kind of wandering out of the end vault now, which is nice. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this is an end-game demon from Hell. He can do like 100 damage-ish with Iron Shot at 4 tiles, or he can Hellfire you for 60 damage. Again, irresistible. I'm going to BVC the Demonologist. I'm going to be really upset that an Elementalist has shown up. What's Tremor Stones? Demonologist died, therefore his little pet died too. Elementalists can break down walls, summoning earth elementals in their place. He can freeze and cloud you, which would be unfortunate for me because I don't have RC Plus up right now. He has repel missiles, but that doesn't matter for fireballs, so we'll just fireball him a couple times and Tremor Stones him, take him down. I'm gonna pop on my Staff of Cold. Wand of Charming, huh? Well, he doesn't want to lose to it, huh? Sometimes they'll just blink around, which is nice for me. He went down. I think we're gonna go to the exit. There we go. It's essentially a damage race against these guys, and I'm the damage king, you know. Hopefully. Oh hell yeah. That tree that we caught on fire is actually burning outwards, and now he's in a cloud. That's kind of cool how it lasted. Ring of with fire on it, which we don't really care that much about. You know, I like the fact that we finally found a ring of pro cold, but I don't think we're going to be wearing it. But we'll see. We'll see what all we get from here. The elves are actually going to go out of here with, you know, with all this stuff from the vault, you know, on their person. So I'm going to drop this amulet as well. Amulets are no longer swappable. It takes like 5 turns to take them off and put them on, which is unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Quick, let's wear the +4 ring of protection. What? I thought they were +5. Why'd they change that, I wonder? Let's get the Orb of Wrath, guys. So I can be Berserk and not cast anything ever again. I actually like having a lot of elves around when the Annihilators are around, because if there's something between me and them, you know, no Crystal Spear coming my way. Ooh, we ran ourselves out of mana. It's Pokemon time. Use the roots. Too bad we got a Pokemon that's immune to electric by any chance. Just resistant. You know what? Old trick. Use Curari on these guys. Curari is something that stays useful the whole game. Not resistant to poison. Now he's slow. Make my life a lot easier. Reflecting his arrows. Based. He hellfires me, that's fine. I show him the taste of real fire. Whoops! Took one unnecessary move next to a sorcerer. That could have been bad. But we've had the get out of jail free card the whole time, which is the Scroll of Silence. I always like to have the safety item, as I sometimes call it, that, you know, even if you screw up or things go badly, you're good to go. Glaive of the Guard. I'm going to file him because I'm running out of mana. We will not be using Glaive of the Guard today. Hey, we found Swiftness. Found the Staff of Fire with RF Plus and RN Plus on it. Meh. Staff of Conjuration with... Okay, well here's a strict upgrade. Yeah, baby. I'll do that. I'll do that all day. We now have a buff to our Conjuration spells. Yeah, that may be our end game item right there. Magic resistance on a Staff of Conjuration. Hell yeah. Whoops, I didn't mean to drop that. Train staffs now. We probably should. And now that I'm done training everything, I actually agree. Let me see what all we found in here, though. Frozen Ramparts and Hailstorm. We got Ignition. What do we say, baby? which sadly is an argument in favor of the staff not being what we use because it doesn't have fire on it. We also found Malign Gateway. So all that cool stuff that was offered to us, we pretty much got it all anyway, even though I didn't take it from the acquirement. No Firestorm though. Let me finish out my training on Conjurations, which is very, very soon, and then we'll probably train a little bit of staves. You feel a surge of power. Boom, baby. You know, if we look at Fireball, we see we have like 56% power on it now. We see Radiate is 50. Where is it? Orbital Destruction is 59%. I mean, it helps. Oh wow, that one's even better. It's like Staff of Conjuration o'clock over here. This is the same thing, but it has Sinv on it. I don't need Aurelec, you know. I'm a gargoyle, I always have that. So we have See Invisible now. Yeah, we'll take staves up to like 5. I mean, I really mostly just want the attack delay down to 1.0. So really I only need to take it to 4. But we'll take it at least to 6. You lose like 0.1. You gain 0.1 speed for every 2, I think, skill points. Let's take a look at our loot, though. A lot of staves. A lot of staves. Wow. Glaive of the Guard, which is cute, but not something this character wants. There's an Unrand. I do like the fact that... Okay, here's a change I like. They made the color kind of a cyan for Unrands, I guess. That's pretty neat. They should have been differentiated. Before, they just looked like they were white like the rest of the Unrands, which is, you know, they should be differentiated. They're cooler, you know. Even when they're worse items, they're cooler. Nothing else useful in here, which is unfortunate, but I'll take the staff. That's cool. I'm kind of curious about something. If I take that off. Cool. We're down to 0% confusion gaze on the Golden Eye. How does the character know the names of items? Somebody carved them into the side of the stick. Like you look at the staff, and somebody like with a little knife, they carved Bexech on the side of it. Yeah, but I'm picturing it less like a fancy engraving and more like what you might find in the side of a tree, where it's like Jesse loves Sarah for life type thing. Okay, so Acrobat is an interesting ability, which is relatively new, where anytime you are moving, you get plus 15 EV, which is a lot of EV, but it's only active if your last action was moving. So it's meant to be for running away, but I would say it's like less useful now than it ever was because of attacks of opportunity. There's a QR code. Anyway, I believe we found a Ring of Pro Cold. So we could put that on instead of the Ring of MR+. We could also, I don't really want that int minus. Let's grab this Ring of Hello. Hold on. I'm forcing Starburst to happen here. It actually gets blocked by the ice clouds. I am trying to get to Vaults 1 to grab this Ring of Resist Corrosion. Pop that on instead of Magic Resist. Okay. And then pop on Amulet of RC Plus, and now we have all the things that we want. If I look at Orb of, excuse me, Eye of Golden Eye still 0%, and if I look at Orb of something, Great Orb of Eyes, there's a 0% chance of all this stuff. So we're good to go in terms of like resistances. We have a nice +1 on everything, which feels good. Defenses are still pretty good. That lacking of that SH being taken down is not making me happy, but that's okay. Gosh, I really kind of want to get Ignition online, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, one of the most dangerous places in the game. And I don't remember what half these enemies do because they were new to me when I stopped playing, so... very fast. Drains magic. No EV, but he's sleeping normally. +3. No fire resist, so... just burn him down. You hit the slime creature. You blast the slime creature. So I think ordinarily I... oh, fuck me. Okay, mistakes were made. Oh, hi, Mark. Ordinarily, I might not want to full clear this area, but my god, Ignition would be useful here. But yeah, I might as well get the gold. Okay, check this out. I'm firing past my range, but it's just for the location, you know, in my range. So we're going to hit exclamation point to make that happen. These Azure Jellies are fast, take a lot of damage from fire, and they do absolutely insane amounts of cold damage. Acid Blobs do big acid damage at range. Is that the rock guy? Rock slime. Just straight up melee damage. Took down the acid. Took him down. Irradiate still works to take down rock slimes. Hello, guy. This is something you need to be super de-duper wary of. He can malmutate you. If you have dudes between you and him, he can't do that. However, we don't have dudes between me and him. Malmutate is not something you want to happen to you. Let's see how good this is. Yeah, baby. So he tried to do it, and you know what happened instead? Butterfly got mutated. What a villain. Rock slime makes rock climbing hard. Can't grip well. That's that's so I feel like I'm playing Breath of the Wild all over again and it's raining. Did they take that out in the sequel? I sure hope they did. The meme of slipping down while it rains. Oh, we got horned. This butterfly bullshit. Okay, we got a pair of horns. We can't wear the damn helmet anymore. That sucks. There's a hat on Orc 2 I'll go grab. It's not the end of the world. We'll fix that eventually. The butterflies just didn't do the work for us, basically, and that's a little bit RNG, you know. It's also, I kind of made a mistake by using the lightning rod because it was bound to hit them and kill the butterflies, and then, you know, that gives him a chance to do naughty things to us. But without a smite targeted ability, it's kind of hard for me to take those guys out before they can do stuff to me, you know. We could have out-clutched through it. That was an option. But then the butterfly still might have moved out of the way. Azure Jelly got teleport trapped. Hello! I'm okay in melee with him. My AC is decent, and I've got RC, so... It's, like, not ideal, but... It's fine. Hey, Rock Slime, let's rest and get our mana back. Very resistant to fire. I shouldn't be trying to fireball him. Interestingly, you can petrify the Rock Slime. Oh, wow. Oh, they changed it. You don't take damage from these walls anymore. You just get corroded, and then it instantly goes away if you step away from the wall. That's really weird. I mean, I guess I'll... I mean, I will admit that was one of the more tedious, obnoxious things about Slime. It presented an interesting challenge if you needed to do some digging. So I'm a little bit sad to see it go. On the other hand, it was like so insanely tedious that I can kind of see why they would have changed that. Okay, take two. Now that I remember how to do this, we BVC through our allies. We literally cannot be mutated as long as they don't act particularly badly. Shining Eye dies. Cool. Starry Bra. You know what? We'll go down the other. Okay, no. Notice how I'm carefully casting these spells so that I'm hitting as many of the slimes as possible. That is on purpose. Prioritizing the blue guy. Let's get him out. Okay, Staves is 6. I think I'm gonna take fighting to, excuse me, fire magic to 20. And just fire magic to 20. I think I kind of want to get ignition online, as crazy as it sounds. Dang it. Should have had brilliance a little while ago, but here it is now. Okay, we got the acid guy. A little too late. We got a problem now. I'm just like burning some charm on these little guys. There we go. Have fun, fellas. I am trying to give them the business anyway. Bolt of energy, oh baby, wow, oh, it missed me. Okay, up we go. The Eyes of Devastation, you really don't gotta worry about them too much. They can do good damage. They can do 60 damage at an energy bolt, which I think is like typeless. But they're one of the less spooky things in here. Okay, I see two hatches. One's up, one's down. I see one staircase down. We may have to open up some more to be able to stair dance properly through here, but whatever. Here we are on Slime 5. Arguably the most fun place in the entire game. I would almost call this the final boss of DCSS. There are, I suppose, harder places, but this is the only place in the game that, to me, feels like a real boss. Yay, we love fun. That's good. It's good to love fun. I am, however, going to I'm gonna open up some more ways down and up. I'm like, oh, Eyes of Devastation, don't worry about those, and then I proceed to get owned. I'm gonna magic map. Why did I do that? I don't have digging. What the fuck am I doing? What a waste. Uh-oh. We've been cursed with stupidity. I'll be on the dev team before too long. PVC. He can't mutate me through his allies either. What just happened? Did I get shafted? I have no idea what just happened. I didn't... Okay, whatever. Oh, wait, maybe this was the whole room? Help if the damn server stopped lagging. Oh. There's literally not... Oh, okay. I see what's up. Wonder where this hatch leads. Anyway, that -2 intelligence is not that big of a deal. It's unfortunate. Our power spell power is a little bit nerfed. But what are you gonna do? Actually, wasn't Irradiate 50% a minute ago? And now it's 43. That's a huge nerf. Just from -2 intelligence. Well, those mutations are not bad enough for me to justify trying to suck down these potions. Like, first of all, they're not guaranteed to take any of them away. They could give me something worse, you know, the devil you know. Oh, my mother fucking... Okay. I hate mutations. That was not so bad. Let's just try to kill this guy fast. Hello, Royal Jelly, the guy I didn't want to see. We want to carefully not do damage to him. Okay, I see that the fireballs just don't want to do the damage that we want them to do. Let's see how this hatch plays out for us. It's down here. I feel like some of these 17 scrolls of teleport are going to be doing work for us soon. I just realized what's missing from the screen. Where the Never mind. There it is. I was like, where's my noise meter? But there it is. JK, I'm just blind. BVC. I'm gonna not kill all these guys yet. No! Okay, we'll teleport. Don't notice me, please. Okay, we're just lightning this guy to death. Oh my god, can we not catch a break? Holy shit, man. I'm gonna drink a heal wounds. Not that it's gonna do a lot for me. Take a step. Take a step. Teleport goes poorly. I should have Brillianced. This is the weirdest game where Brilliance is actually useful. Oh, Lord. Fuck this. We're fogging. We're tellying. We'll irradiate to take this stuff out. Somehow that guy next to me doesn't die, but I'm not taking damage, so that's nice. If we get one more bad telly, I'm drinking haste. Oh my god, that eye of devastation. You gotta be shitting me with this. We'll just swing on him. Wow, the telly's not kicking in. That's amazing. Okay, there's a way up. Alrighty. I'm gonna try to secure this staircase just with the power of my kendo over here. So I don't make too much noise, yeah. It's working out pretty well. JK, it's working out pretty shitty. We go up. If we teleport here, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, this guy could be annoying, but only if he summons certain things. I'm gonna... Wait, can you drain mana? I forget. Drain feed. Oh, Christ. I don't want that to happen to me. It's melee. It's real melee hours up in... Hey, it was real melee hours. See, there's a gentleman there. It's time for the box of beasts. It's time to earn your keep, Pokemon. JK, he dies instantly. I'm trying desperately to not use resources, but the game is just, the game is not playing fair. That's understandable, though. Have you perhaps considered training 12 mace? I'm lazy. No, you're absolutely right. I should have done that a long time ago. I'm sitting here with a +8 Demon Whip in my inventory, not using it like a fool. To be fair, Staves of Conjuration apparently have a little blast attack that happens when you have evokes and conjurations. You know what's funny is we found a halfway decent sling with that new heavy brand earlier. That we could have used. I'm going to step into the dispersal trap. Corrosion -16. Yeah, so that, I mean, the fact that this staff has MR Plus and Sinv on it, I'm happy to go in that direction, you know. I mean, the whip is certainly the better weapon, but this has little bonuses on it for me, so. Too bad my fireballs aren't actually doing a lot. Whoops. This guy is he immune to roots? Yeah, he is. Let's just see if we can't melee him down. It's a dangerous game I'm playing. The most dangerous game, meleeing an Azure Jelly in a robe, but I'm a gargoyle, so it can be done. Alright, let's burn a telly. Let's burn another telly. Yeah, but Earth Stave still exists, so... Yeah, it's alright. I mean, it'll do the trick. Did you, Gary Burton, did you see that they took away the damage from the slime walls? I'd be interested to hear your take on that. Whether you think it's good or not. Whoa, that's a Zot trap. Brother, can you spare me for 2 seconds? Can you not? Can I get a decent telly? Thank you. I'm gonna use fog. The idea is to not be able to see the... Oh no! Shit! I was paralyzed. That's okay. These guys can paralyze you instantly once they charge up. The idea was not to be able to see the mark trap. I'm gonna try to take him out with one fireball. And it doesn't work. $55 HP. God forbid the file tell me exactly how much damage it does. Yeah, no, being affected by AC that much is a nightmare. Okay, Root Wand does the job. We're basically just trying to wipe out everything on this floor, you know, so that we can have a nice uninterrupted time dealing with the royal jelly. Yeah, I know, right? Right, Gary? Because it affects so many spells comparatively. But, I don't think the mainline devs really understand what they're doing. Like, I don't think... Oh, shit. Okay, we'll go up. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think they think these things through, for one. Wow. Wow, we're just getting dabbed on repeatedly. We've been marked. Yeah, no, Jungle, it's doing great. Because that extra damage is gated from evocations and conjuration skill. So, really I only train staves to get the attack speed up. Bonus attack things to wizard stave. I like that. You know what would be interesting is if it, you could here's an idea just off the top of my head. You could combine energy staves and wizardry staves and make it so that when you attack, there's an evocations-based chance to regain like a little bit of magic. So it's like a soft Vehement effect almost. That could be fun, right? Maybe too powerful. I don't think it'd be too powerful. Alright. Skibbity, skibbity, skibbity. Let's take the shaft. One-time use. Interesting in B-Crawl, energy is merged with power instead. Oh, you mean like every single power stave can... Oh no, power is the one. I had forgotten about power. That's the +9 mana. I mean, yeah, I could definitely see... Well, power was such a silly stave, like... A silly staff, like you would really only use it in super narrow situations. There were reasons to pop it on, mostly if you were in the early game, but I could definitely see combining those two. That does make sense. Okay, the loot pile. I see a manual of hexes. Not sure how much I care about that. None of this loot looks amazing, unfortunately. But maybe the ring mail will be good. What do you base the mana regen on? I would base it strictly off of evocation skill. So that like the theming of it being that your character is he's better at, you know, channeling the energy out of the staff, and it's only activated by thwacking a hostile enemy on the head. But the mechanical reason would be it forces the Evo-based mana per hit, so it forces the player. I think mechanically it's interesting because it gives the player a motivation to go more for evocations. Now, with that said, there's already lots of good reasons to go for evocations, but you could also make it spellcasting based, but they're getting that anyway, you know. So you're not really making them branch out at all. I know you're a big fan of hybrids and kind of softly, gently pointing the player in the direction of branching out, so... Stave skill-based mana per hit. I don't know about that, man. That could be funny, but... Alright, let's see if I can't remember how to defeat the Royal Jelly. I used to have this wacky melee strategy where I would pull them in here and do some sort of shenanigans with a net and a phantom mirror and... Gosh, I don't remember. Other summons. This looks like the kind of character I'd probably be doing it out in the open. Yeah, we don't have... there's no such thing as sticks to snakes anymore. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some shenanigans. I'm gonna drink the haste. Suck down that haste. Can you be... No, you can't be rooted. Can you be netted anymore? Yeah, you can. Okay. So far, so good. Butterfly ammo. Oh man, I forgot about butterfly. Can actually be affected by that now. Fascinating. I think we're gonna pop on the old copy of the Royal Jelly, and I suppose we could butterflies it. You know what I should have done before this fight? Should have drank Brilliance. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, here we go. Now we'll go ahead and use that Immolate. With the rock slimes, it's a little bit more challenging. With an infernal noise, the power ruling this place vanishes. Goodbye, goodbye, Royal Jelly. Adios, amigo. Okay, unfortunately the rock slimes are in fact very resistant to fire, so taking them down alongside the rest of these guys is a challenge. We're gonna teleport. With the Royal Jelly gone and no longer haunting my every damn move, we can actually stair dance and hang out on the stairs and so on and so forth. Of course, I'm out of that. Considering the kind of fiction you write, you have a suggestion for me. Is it DCSS fanfiction? Or do you mean for me to read? Hey, Petrified did the work. How spooky was that? I think I'll just have to use Mojang's old guides for inspiration. God, look how good. Look how good that Orb of Destruction is. Sick, sick, nasty. Super supportive on Royal Road. I can take a look. Is this like a prank where I'm gonna load it up and it's like furry stuff? Or something? I read this short story the other day, actually, that was really cool. It's a sci-fi thing. The premise was that anti-gravity technology is actually some kind of really simple metallurgy thing that humanity just didn't figure out. And so you've got, like, basically Vikings in space trying to invade on these ships. And then they show up on Earth and they're like, what is all this technology? It's called the... I think it was called The Road Less Traveled. Based on that poem. Ooh, we got Passage of Galubria. That's handy. We got a Scroll of Blinking, which is my favorite item that we found in here. It's gonna auto-explore a bunch. Pick it all up, baby! Okay, I don't care about any of the artifacts. This is kind of interesting, this Ringmail of the Monk. It's got Slay -4, which ordinarily would be a deal breaker, but because we're not really meleeing that much and it's got 2 resistances on it, that is super duper tempting. Once we don't need the magic resistance, that's I mean, hell, I could wear the ring of willpower / magic resist. Hold on, let's let's just leave for the exit. Okay. If I pop on the ring mail, can we still cast all our stuff? Yeah, we can. And our AC goes to 41, where it was formerly 33. And our EV only drops by 2. I mean, I think the choice is clear. Because that means we can... I mean, gosh, that means we can pop on... to fix the magic resist situation, we simply take off our core ring, which... you know, we don't need anymore. We don't even really need to have that all the time anyway. It also opens up swapping my my shield for the kite shield, which I may want to train a little bit. Got that Hex's manual, but I mean, I don't know what Hex I'd even want to train for. I guess more Cause Fear spell power, which we haven't even cast. I remember Cause Fear is like the best spell that I always memorize and then never cast, even though I should. It's like, for some reason, it's like a blind spot for me where I never want to use it. Yours. Well. We find any useful spells? Still got Ignition. Menagerie's pretty good. Passage of Galubria is like a poor man's controlled blink. I may very well have to grab that. And of course, Malign is like just one of my favorite spells in the game, but with an aptitude of -1 on summonings and -1 on translocations, getting that online is going to be a real nightmare, so I don't think we're going to go in that direction. Ignition is probably the way. Of course, if we do go into extended, Ignition is not going to be a fun time for us. Also, we have Staff of Conjuration, not Staff of Fire, so... if we pop on the Kite Shield, things are still mostly castable. I think we'll keep the buckler on for the time being, though. Drop this ring, as neat as it is. I hope we find a good source of RC plus soon. That's not that amulet, because then I can put the SH plus 5 back on and then have my Int plus 5 as well again. But I think I'm going to keep this how it is, so my resistances are set. No chance of something unpleasant happening, you know? Okay, liches can still slow me. Ancient liches cannot petrify me. There's some other kind of bullshit lich. The Dread Lich. Paralyzed 3%. So that's unpleasant. We'll go grab this Ring of Magic Resist. So maybe we'll pop that on instead of the Evasion. I mean, I hate to nuke my defenses like that, but I want to be immune to the higher sources of paralysis. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about what we're doing next. We have 3 runes now, so technically we could just, like, go win the game. You know, you only need 3 runes to get into Zot. But, you know, if we're going to well and truly dab on our... dabble in the game on our return win here. we may as well do 15 runes. And we're stacking so much gold that, you know, maybe the game will be kind to me. We'll see. But, yeah, for the next rune, it's probably going to be Vaults 5, but we're definitely not going to go in there straight away. Like, I'd really like to have Ignition online for Vaults 5 if I can. That would really make dealing with the, you know, with the Vault Wardens easier. We'd be able to stair dance like crazy. It'd be awesome. So we're going to do Crypt next, probably. That's essentially a free branch. I mean, it's kind of hard for you to get screwed over in Crypt if you know what you're doing. You need a way to deal with Curse Skulls, and that's about it. And in melee, we can just irradiate them to death, and at range, we can use Orb of Destruction. If they summon things between me and them, that becomes a bit of a problem, but we can also kind of slowly take them down with Vile Clutch, so we've got a lot of, you know, tools at our disposal. I continue to be tempted to start slurping down, you know, mutation potions, yum yum yum, mutation so good, but we only have 10, which seems like a lot before you realize that it's just like a pure RNG bullshit game to, you know, see if you take out the thing that you don't want anymore and put on something that maybe you do want or are neutral to. And this set of things is just not, it's not bad enough for me to, I mean, the HP minus is the thing that I hate the most right now out of these, and it's like, it's on the borderline of being worth rolling the dice. Like, I really only want to roll the dice for the truly game-ruining mutations, like, you know, Teleportitis, Berserkitis, the ones that you just can't really play with. Mostly Teleportitis on this character. Minus Scrolls, if that still exists. I don't know if it's even possible to... I don't... Can I... Whoops. Look up mutations. Amazing. Your tongue is very floppy. Yeah, we would, inability to drink after after injury. Wow. Oh hey, aid from the god Gozag is unaffected. Wow, just kidding, I don't mind this at all. I mean, it's annoying, but I did not know that Gozag potions weren't affected by this. Wonder if they fixed that. Well, that was a good change. Some of these mutations definitely don't exist anymore. Like evolution hasn't been around for a while, I don't think, which is a shame because it was a fun one. So they've added this thing, the ability to search for mutations, which I don't think existed before, but it's allowing me to, you know, glom onto things that don't really exist. You also can't get, you know, I really don't think you can get plus LOS. Like, this is a mutation that Barakians start with, you know. I don't think you can get that from a potion, so I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe evolution exists more, maybe evolution exists again, and maybe long tongue is a real thing. Your tongue is extremely long. This lets you lick potion bottles dry, doubling their effects on you. That's definitely new, or at least something that you couldn't get before. That's, okay. I mean, no, that's actually pretty neat. Like, one of my big complaints about the mutation system, and it stands, by the way, but my big complaint about it was that, you know, there's nothing as good as the bad ones are bad. Like, the really bad ones, like Teleportitis, is basically fix this right the fuck now, or you're gonna risk losing the game, you know, in a really silly way. This long tongue thing, I think, is a thing that, if this is actually a thing that you can get for mutating, it's a step in the right direction, because this is a meaningful this is a meaningful boost to a character. I would say it's still not anywhere even in the same ballpark as as Teleportitis is bad, but it's like, this is, I don't know, that's pretty good. Maybe I should just spam mutation until we get a long tongue. Be really cool if it affected Gozag potions. Anyway, I think this is a good time to stop. Pretty long stream. I guess a little longer than the ones I've been doing. I had fun. We got our rune. We got vaults 1 through 4. We're running out of non-extended game to get experience from. So, also I think you can no longer farm experience in Abyss, which is a real shame. But you know, we've built the character well enough that we should be okay in extended. Then again, what's funny is you can just farm experience in Pan if you want to. So it's okay. Anyway, I think yeah, this is a good stopping point. We will next time probably go straight to Crypt. Try to eke out enough experience to be able to cast Ignition, and maybe we'll find some rings or something. You tend to find some okay stuff in Crypt that can shore up your resistances at the last gasp, which maybe that'll happen for us, maybe not. But it's always worth the trouble. Maybe you can find some consumables, and failing that, if there's anything we particularly need that we haven't found, remember we've got like 17,000 gold, so we can sit around and make some ASCII art with we can make some ASCII art with shops if we feel like it. Anyway, that is going to be it for the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I am signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.